Hey everyone, Zadesgate here, and welcome back to the Toy Story 2 Let's Play. In this part we are going to be doing the backtracking, which first of all, we are going to go to Alleys and Gullies. Now, originally we couldn't do part of the level because we didn't have the grapple hook, and now that we have it, we can explore an entirely different part of the level. See, this level, when we first arrived, it wasn't that big. It didn't seem that big, but it was actually it's a really massive level, vertical wise. And as I mentioned in the previous part, Toy Story 2 excels at creating very large levels vertically. Now, the two challenges we couldn't do before were the collect 5, which in this level it's the rubber ducks, and also the mini boss. So first we have to go over here because there is a duck on the other side of this. Now that I look at it, this area kind of reminds me a bit of Frogger. I don't know if this was a reference or it's just a coincidence. Tried to jump back, accidentally start the challenge. No, Slinky, bad dog. So, although we have the grapple hook in this level, I think this and elevator hop, the only time it's used. Now that we have the rocket boots this time around, we can easily get back up if we fall, because it makes us go to the top of the water and then we ride across the top of it, which is interesting. Now, I believe next we're going to go get another duck, which is possible to get the first time around, but you have no real reason to, since it's completely meaningless unless if you get all of the ducks. So we'll be going back to this market area. And the strange thing with this is that, in a sense, it is pretty much, I mean, I think you can sort of cheat your way up a bit, but in order to do it the proper way, you have to get the special token again, or for the first time if you never got it the first time around. There's also a duck here. There's a small alcove in there that has an extra life, but there's no reason for us to get that because the lives cap at 9 and haven't lost any. So the game does actually have a way of telling you whether you've already got a particular token, but only after you've got it or got to the point where it is. It's transparent. And it still gives the option to keep playing or exit the level. So in a sense, there is somewhat replayability in that you can still get the same token again. Just if you ever want to do the challenge again, it's not like you do the challenge and nothing happens. So you need the rocket boots for this to get across. I think if you jump across the parasols, you can also get across that way. I believe that's one way of cheating your ways. You can jump onto this parasol from one of these shells, and then you can jump back up, as I show here. So that's just an alternative way of doing things. Obviously not intended, but it's nice that there are multiple ways of achieving things in this game, which is, I think, one thing that does actually give a little bit of replayability for those who want to explore more and just take a real in-depth look at this game. Now here's where the level really shines. Is that it's almost like an entirely different level now. Climbing up the fire escapes. Now we're not going to see that much of it because I do a little cheat here. I jump on this lamppost, and we've basically skipped the majority of the platforming section. It's actually a very difficult platforming section. It's a lot of tight jumps and narrow platforms. I actually learned that skip from my good friend Mr. Crystal Fisher, so credits to him. Although I do think, as I mentioned before, that the levels do tend to give away to get back up, especially in the vertical ones. If you fall, this level doesn't. If you fall off, you have to work your way all the way. You have to work yourself all the way back up. I thought maybe a nice thing they could have done is the fire escape ladders. If you climbed onto one, it would sort of lower itself, and then you could climb back up from a lower one. But I don't know if that was just too much, or if they didn't think of that, or maybe it would have made this whole section a bit too easy. And now, as you might have seen, there was a bit with two wires with the electrical charges, and what they want you to do is jump between each one, but if you time it properly you can just stay on one and make it across without falling. If you get hit while you're on one, you fall. So this is the mini boss. It's a spinning top clown. It laughs every time it hits you. And it also drops a coin. There's another zip wire here and an electric box, and there isn't really any purpose to it, but you can go down it. There is, however, there is some health in there as well. But yeah, very easy boss, especially if you have the green laser. We have 4 ducks. We're about to get the last one. It's this way. I think you're supposed to get it earlier on, but because we sort of skips the entire platforming section, we can just jump onto the window ledge above it, get ourselves a nice life that we don't need, and drop down below into prison, I suppose. Yeah, this duck's in prison. It's been very naughty. And we've got our final token in Alleys and Gullies.
To infinity and beyond!
So next we'll be coming back to Al's Toy Barn to get one more token, I believe, because we couldn't get it the first time because we didn't have the hover boots. This also follows a similar trend in Alleys and Gullies, in that you have to get another token first in order to get this one. So again, we'll be repeating a token, but this time it's the time challenge token. So the hover boots are here. So as I mentioned in the previous part, these may have originally been some sort of bouncy boots, like moon shoes, and it sort of makes sense in this, because it's a toy shop and like moon shoes are a proper thing. So yeah, you have to use those hover boots as much as you can to get across. If you stop at any point, you probably run out before you're able to get there, since the boxes are pretty high. After that, it's some pretty simple platforming. Yeah, it makes me wonder what's in all these boxes. And our chicken is here. So now we have to go through the corridors with the toys again. You actually have to go through here twice, because you have to go through here the first time to get the chicken, then you also have to come back so you can talk to the mother hen. Although I think it's probably possible if you get the chickens here last, then you can just turn around, which I probably should have done. Because here's something that they maybe didn't think through. There's this, the floor's covered in the slime, and use that skateboard to get across, but that's a one-time thing. If you ever try to come back through this way, the skateboard doesn't reset. So you're gonna have to take a hit. You can sort of, if you climb up where the bicycle wheels are, I think you can jump over the cones without taking damage. But you don't take that much damage anyway. It's just only if you're like about to die, you probably shouldn't try it. Then again, the game is so easy, you probably have enough lives, it won't really matter. I suppose that's something I should bring up, is because we haven't died yet in the game. If you die in this, you basically just come back exactly where you were when you died. The exact same spot with full health, and nothing changes. So this can make boss fights rather easy, because if you have like 9 lives and it takes quite a bit to kill you as well, and then you die, the boss still has the same amount of health as before, and you're back at full. So we're on our way to get the last chick, and everyone picks up the green later in this level. Just use the rocket boots, speed up. I think at this point, when I was recording, I forgot where the chicken was. Either that, or I was just trying to get health, and not entirely sure. And then I remembered I still have to do the time challenge. But now that I think about it, it seems a bit strange in terms of story-wise. Buzz is trying to go find Woody and rescue him, but like just before he reaches him, he turns around to go back because he needs to finish a couple of things somewhere else. Like for some reason, these Pizza Planet tokens are a much higher priority than Woody is. If I didn't sort of... Oh, we don't have to do the challenge again. No, I got a bit confused, yeah. Yeah, that's right, because the Pizza Planet token comes after. But as I was saying, for example, if we did have to backtrack to do the RC race, like we would if we weren't sort of chitching, Buzz would have a higher priority of racing against RC than saving Woody. He's like, he's just about to get there and turns around and says, "Oh, that's right, I'm supposed to race RC. See you in a bit, Woody. See you in Japan." So yeah, we've now finished Al's Toy Barn. We have the final token. So now we're back to the multiples of 5 in our token count. And we only have 1 level left for tokens, and that is Tarmac Trouble. Obviously we can get all 5 in that. So in the next part, it's kind of redundant now me saying that, but the next part we'll be doing Tarmac Trouble. See you then, guys.